As the suspect in the mass shooting at a St. Helena Island bar sits in jail awaiting trial, 4 of the victims from that night are now fighting back in court. They have filed lawsuits against the bar's owner, claiming the business helped create the conditions that led to the shooting. Tonight, WSAV's Andrew Davis speaks with the victim's attorney about what they say happened and how those survivors are still coping.
And coping's a great word for it, too. Ben, Anthony Freeman was indicted in January on a series of charges, including 4 counts of murder, and he could get life in prison if he's convicted. But these victims are now pointing an angry finger at someone else. WIllie's Bar and Grill owner Willie Terrell for not doing his job, which was to keep everyone safe.
The environment that WIllie's created was not safe, it was not secure, it was unreasonably dangerous for anyone there.
That's the basis of 4 lawsuits filed by victims of the mass shooting back in October at Willie's Bar and Grill.
Zendaya Clark, she had a through and through gunshot wound to her shoulder. Shantae Smith was actually shot 3 times in the chest. She had a collapsed or punctured lung and then broken ribs. Tanisha James, she actually got shot in the jaw. They're fully aware that even though they were shot, they're incredibly lucky that they didn't get killed.
The suits claim Willie Terrell's staff helped the suspect Anthony Freeman get drunk or knew he was drunk, but didn't stop him.
We don't think that they were properly licensed to serve when they were serving or the time of day they were serving. And then, obviously anytime someone is served to the point of intoxication, then they're liable for any injuries or any damages that follow therefrom.
Freeman apparently got intoxicated, then left and came back with a gun and started shooting. The victims believe security should have stopped him, but security, they said, didn't really exist.
We believe they were understaffed. We believe that any security that they had was merely window dressing.
Everyone involved knows Terrell is a small business owner and may not have millions for a civil judgment, but for the victims, this is about more than money.
What we do is to make sure things like this don't happen, to make sure that the citizens and the people in the community are safe. And Mr. Terrell created a wildly unsafe environment.
Now, we did contact Willie Terrell for his comments on the lawsuits. He wrote to us in part, quote, "I strongly dispute several of the allegations. Some of the claims being made are factually incorrect, including suggestions that I personally served alcohol to the individual responsible for the shooting. That simply did not occur. The event that evening involved outside promoters in a large gathering, and the facts surrounding what occurred will ultimately be addressed in court." Now, the victim's attorneys say they've not been contacted by any of the other 15 people involved in that shooting so far. They also expect even more details about what happened to come out during depositions in the case. They're asking for an unspecified amount of damages. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Andrew, thank you. Developing story now, a teenager in Liberty